that kid now, he's got some blood on his hand now. He's fucking been making sure that he can go in and go against like Vito after everything like that. It's like, how many people is it now finally taking him to do this damage to this bastard like that? It's taken near every single one of the Black Bulls to do anything, and it's like, now finally have we got a bit of damage on this guy, a little bit to the face and straight through the heart itself. So chapter 70, we was continuing off with the fight with Asta, Finral, and Vanessa going at it like fucking animals, trying to beat up this guy. And it's like, you know, like which was saying like, you know, like it's like when we were saying about the healing magic, it was like, you know, it doesn't heal as expected. The manner which, you know, enhanced the self like recovery got cut, so it's, you know, the only thing that will be able to kill like, you know, like him right now is the anti-magic sword. And it was like, that's the only thing that can do it. And it's like, oh, that would explain why it's like that spell, like especially that area is not being healed. It's like, you know, like it has no power to harm me. Like, you know, like the only thing I've got to worry about is that sword, because Vanessa's wires can't do anything. They're so tiny and all that. They have hardly any magic, and I can't really read the movements. And then, you know, I've got Finral that can just like teleport out of it, and they are just pushing Asta's body to the fucking edge while pushing this out like that. He's like, yeah, I've got to pull all of this out, all the stops and all that. He's like going through, and like Vanessa's trying to pull him out and all that, so he doesn't get caught and all that, and make sure he has like predictable movements. And finding out a little bit about Vanessa, especially in this chapter, is like when she was like saying like, kid looking at you fight against him without any mana like gives me a lot of courage. And it's like, you're telling me that my choice to go to the balls after leaving my homeland, which see a bit of it's like this really dark, like witchy, like basically it looks like, you know, like Nightmare Before Christmas area, like it like there. And it was like, okay, so maybe at some point we might actually go to Vanessa's home. So it seems like her place was like probably full of witches. That's what it's looking like now, and it'll probably like explain a lot of her attire as well, since, you know, she obviously looks like the most witch out of like everyone else in like the series. So I hope we get to see like a little bit about him. But it's like, it's nice that, like I said, like everyone's had a flashback and everyone's been having a moment in the series. Like even Finral, for fuck's sake, and I'm saying like, I don't care for fucking Finral like at all like that. But it's like finally getting understanding a little bit about him, and it's like oh, your whole family, like, you know, what your older brother or like was like one of the like, he's now like the commander of the Golden Dawn, like Wranglers like that. And it's like, and he's like, well, I don't want to hurt anyone, and like the only magic I can do is this spatial magic. It's like, dude, it's still fucking spatial magic. Like at the end of the day, that's still some pretty impressive shit. Not everything has to be like this giant just energy blast that you can do it. And just this is why he kind of got disowned by like his family, and he's like, now you're like, you know, he's a commander of the Golden Dawn, and look at you, you know, you're like one of the weakest out of like the Black Bulls. And that's why he just ran off. And he's like, you know, I lived my like life without, you know, without any passion or thinking of like, you know, who, you know, what other people thought and all that. So I just did what the fuck I wanted to, and that's why I like shut up bitches and flirting. And then it's like that. Then Asta's around here, and he's like, you know, like he didn't have anything yet. He never gave up, and it's just obvious I can't win like against my brother in this state. But it's like, even still, I want to do this, and it's just like, you know, I'm gonna make the Black Bulls strongest and all that. It's like, you know, I will make them something to be remembered by. And he's just like, you know, like thrust Asta and go like that. He's just like, go, and then he's like, I'm sorry, but I'm already thrusting to the fullest like that throughout this, and just like literally going to like the fucking max. Like literally, he's dashing left, right, and center just to even get out of this area. Theo's loving it. He's like, yo, you really think this is gonna last long and all that? You guys and all that are like, look, you're putting you to your limits and all that. It's like you make one mistake and then it's like it's all over, and it's just like, I ain't gonna make sure that they fail. And Asta just goes straight in, piercing that fucker straight through the fucking chest like that, right through the rib cage. And it's just like, I ain't got time for fucking losing and like backing down now. Just get that motherfucker right in the chest, and you're like, ooh, that's what you get, you piece of shit Vito. That's what you fucking deserve. Like that, like, how dare you try and talk shit about fucking Asta and the gang and all that. It's like, no, that's what you get. So Asta's got blood on his hands right now, and it's like, he was straight up and all that. It's like, Vito knew like the only thing that could actually genuinely kill him is that sword. And now that everyone's literally putting their fucking weight together, like, I mean, mind you, Asta's still being like hanged around by these strings, and it's not, he's still putting his effort into it, but it's like, Christ and all that. It's that it wasn't for Vanessa and like Finral right now, he would have already been dead meat. Mind you, he is completely covered, and I mean completely head from toe covered in fucking blood. Like, he is probably gonna pass the fuck out straight after like this like stuff. And I want to see if like he takes this blade and he's just like, yeah, that ain't good. But like, honestly, I feel now that this fight, like, it's gone on for like it's been like quite a long fight if you think about it. It's like, we're adding into the fact that like how many people have fought him at this point. It's been like, what, like five chapters or so that's like been like fighting him, like, and it's like, you know, it's still goddamn impressive what he's like even doing, because it's like, even with that, it's like, I believe that's like until Asta arrived like 5 chapters ago, and I think even you add into like everyone else, like we've been fighting him for a good like 7 chapters, so this is like how strong this opponent is. Like, we've been fighting him for like near, like, you know, we've been fighting him near enough 2 months, so it's like, this guy's fucking impressive, like, to last that long. And I really hope, and this is one thing I kind of miss out with like manga nowadays, and I really wish, you know, a lot of series would do that, and it's like, let's have like a villain and all that, like, it's like actually, you know, worth a damn, and that isn't just, you know, completely rushed down a couple of chapters. And the stuff that I had serious with, even some of the stuff that I really enjoy like that, like, it's one thing that I really wish like something like Fairy Tail would like really do, and it's like give you more time on some of the fights. And this is what I'm liking so far about Clover, because I feel like it understands that and it needs that. But then as well, it's like, you know, like, if people are going to be scared, it's like, oh, we're still on this fight, let's just get over and done with it already. But no, it's making it entertaining. Multiple people are fighting. It's not just Asta, it's Vanessa, Finral, like everyone is going on there. Silver went in at some point and all that, like even Lark and even like Raga, like even everyone went in there. The only people that didn't actually generally fight this man at one point is Yami, and that's because he's fucking locked up. And then he still made it interesting at like each and every part, because then we're finding out more and more stuff about Ito, about his past and everyone else's past as well. So it isn't just fighting, we are finding out a lot about the other characters at the same time. So it was a really good job there. If this is the finale, I loved it. I absolutely adore it. I love the fact that how it took all the Black Bull rookies to try and like take him down. And I'm glad that, you know, like, they're like, we got to put everything onto Asta right now, but it doesn't mean that he's going to be the only one that finishes off. I mean, in the day, Silver was the one that like able to like blow up a fucking rib cage with his and an arm. And it's like, the guy's already probably gone over his max and all that, like, after fighting so many people. But other than that, I thought it was a fantastic chapter. I'm gonna give it a straight out of 9. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section down below. What do you think about this Black Clover chapter? Do you think it was awesome as I say it is? But let me know what you guys think. But that's all from me. So I'll see you guys though, and you Black Clover fans though, next time.